Hmm. Welcome back to Spawn. So, I had recorded a how to use this and didn't like how it turned out, so I'm re-recording it. um, Basically, and I'm going to turn these down just a bit here. There we go. Okay. Basically, if you see a half slab at the top, these guys are locked. And when I say lock, when you hit the flush button, they're not actually going to flush. If their slabs are up in the item frame, then they will flush, and it's easy enough to get rid of them. If there's an item in the item frame, then that's probably the item that the individual is probably known for. So this guy has an enchanted book. So if we look at the enchanted book, it's Fortune 2. So it's a pretty good deal from him. This guy happens to be the Flame. Oops. Here it is, Flame 1. Though to reset him is going to be kind of costly, but still need to reset him here soon. Griffith's trying to mess with me. The way this works, if you have a particular item that you're trying to get, this guy has all the diamond gear except for the helmet so far. This guy has the helmet as his first trade, so you can get the helmet from him, and every other diamond item from this guy. Obviously, you'll need emeralds. How do you get emeralds? Well, you find white coats that are giving you paper, or trading paper for emeralds. How do I get paper, Dev? Well, if you go AFK here long enough, this stuff will fill up. I go AFK quite often, and just let that fill up. This one overflows. Interesting. Don't know how raw beef got up there. But trade paper to the white coats. If you can get a blacksmith that will trade iron first, trade that. The way these work, a very far left, no, that's right, the very far left trade, the last trade basically, will reset all these trades. So this one is as out. I can't get this trade anymore. If I had an emerald on me, I could get 3 glowstone. You get it once, you make that one trade, you walk away. He'll get, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and reset him. So walk up to him, drop an emerald in here. It won't give me this one. Go all the way to the end, get the 3 glowstone. I'm done. He gets a little animation. Wait until it's done. Now, if that's his last trade, and he won't get another one, great. Sometimes, like this guy, this paper trade was actually 35 pages for 1 emerald. And this trade ended up, the first time I used it, it lowered this down to 32, I think. And then I did it a couple more times. I kept getting this as the last trade. It just kept lowering the cost of the paper down to this 26 pages. And then eventually he gave me a new trade here at the end, which I just haven't done. So this guy is done, and now we can trade for more bottles of enchanting. And he did not get a new trade here. So this may be his complete reset. I'm not 100% sure on that. But then you just put stuff in here, and you can trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I only got 7 trades out of that. Now, I have seen 3 trades, and I have seen 10 trades before it will not trade anymore. So it's not a guarantee that it's going to be 7. And I'll tell you what, just because I am using this stuff, I will go ahead and reset him so that the next person that comes along, if they want to get some bottles of enchanting, they can. Now, again, this guy has got the fortune. This guy has that beautiful diamond pickaxe that everyone got as a Christmas gift from me. I hope everybody's enjoying it, and that's why this guy is saved. And his reset is not too terrible. A sharpness 2, unbreaking 2, iron sword. Not bad. Not the greatest, but not bad. But if you get a guy, like this guy, he's not really one we want to keep. You just hit the button, and he goes bye-bye. There's some water streams that take him down to this corner, and then over in this direction, and then he goes way down to the bottomless pit. And eventually, a new villager will come up and replace him. This is open for everybody to use. If you happen to find a particular guy that you guys think we should keep, something like this guy, or, the guy that gives, some awesome book, I don't know, maybe Silk Touch book, that would be huge. Go ahead and put down the thing, and go ahead and put a sign down to let me know that we need to disable the redstone so that he doesn't get accidentally flushed. So that's that. The machine here, the bread maker, just to kind of show people how this works. You step on this, hold down the seeds, and you get a bunch of wheat and obviously seeds back. It works with carrots and potatoes as well. Feel free to use it. We have over here, and I'll show it as I can get my horse. And then I'm going to head home, and I'm going to show you what I've been working on for the past week. Right over here we have a skelly dungeon, and pardon me, going to set it up so that it just drops, so that it's another AFK. If people want to use it for XP, fine, but basically that'll be our supply of bones for the bread maker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, and I will bring you back when I get back to my house. And here we are. Okay, so yeah, don't mind these. So this is the antechamber to the house, storage room, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, you'll come down. You'll come down into the room, and there are pistons, piston tumblers, piston whatever you want to call them. So you put the torch down, and it'll pop back off. Pardon me. And there's several in the room. Let's see. Got 2 there. And because they're lag, because the corners are where they are, it actually activates both. They share some redstone. but it doesn't actually affect the output. Now, the thing about this is that it's a nice little combo lock. And it's taken me a couple of days to actually get this squared away. And I've got a temporary combination in here right now. This basically so I think let's see here. There's one here, skip to one here, and then the next one is here. Skip to here. But it's basically every skip two, except for well, I guess if you count that and then that's two. But basically, it's every two is a piston, which is not easily determined. Now, I was thinking of trying to make a checkered pattern throughout the entire floor, where you put it down and it could piston up. I went against that just because that would be just insane, and I didn't like the way the floor looked. But this is a nice little setup where if you enter the right combination, the door opens and you can go on through. Now, if you go on through, it's going to get reset, but I can reset it here partially. Technically, the way it works, this one and this one are still keyed in. So if I activate this one again, it'll open up. And I can deactivate this one by doing that, and it closes. Here's the trick. If I enter this one, and then I go back to this one, well, by entering the wrong piston, I've reset the entire room. Which was not easy to do. It wasn't too terribly hard, but it wasn't easy. So here's basically, once you get in, I'll go down below and show you some of the redstoning, but there's more to it. So obviously, in the labyrinth, when you get to a room, you'll find, some rooms will have a hole in the ground, and you go over to it. Well, look at that. There's a ladder that goes down. Well, to enter this room, there's actually a hidden piston block that hides the ladder. So you have to find the right place to place something to make all of that happen. Well, once you come down, I want to seal this door, and I want to seal that hole so that somebody doesn't just come along and stumble across it. So this pressure plate right here actually does that. So when I step over it, it closes that. And up above, it closed the piston up there. Now, we'll get into all of this stuff here in just a second. This is the access to the actual combo lock. This is the combination lock. And this piece of redstone right there, which is shared by these two, and that's why when you place the torch on any one of those, it actually activates both of them, but it doesn't actually execute the rest of it because it's activating this piston, not this piston. When you're putting the torch down, that actually activates this piston, and this piston coming down will activate all of this, which activates that piston, which pops it off. So if you're activating that one, this one doesn't actually get the pulse out. So yes, it pops up, but it doesn't actually affect the back side. Now, the back side, obviously that one has nothing. this one, this is the middle of the room, and that's the middle, and that's the middle. So the three that actually trigger it. Basically, what happens is when this comes down, it goes, the power goes through, hits this, becomes a single pulse, which pushes this sticky piston out, and this block gets left here. Excuse me. So the power from this can go all the way through. Now, once that is done with all three of them, the power goes on up, and that line right there, that torch, is powering these two pistons, which is keeping this closed. Now, when power goes into this block and then that powers this redstone, that'll turn this torch off, which will pull them back. All well and good. Okay, well, now the reset line. When the pressure plate is pushed, power goes through this line, goes down into this block, delayed slightly, into this block, which actually, there it is, has a torch on it, which is keeping that torch off, and that is under each one of these. This piston, when this block gets powered, gets retracted. This piston will become pushed out because it is now powered, because the reset line is inverting all of that. So all of the sticky pistons get pushed out, no matter what state they're in. Because it's not a one-tick pulse, they'll retract with the block. Now, that power thing goes on, of course, to the next piston, again, doing the whole thing. Now, the key is this piston right here. Without this piston being retracted, when the reset line is hit, this will actually open and then close, because all of these are being pushed out, no matter what the state, for the briefest of moments. And I didn't like that was actually happening, so that's why I put in this piston here. Now, as you can see, this piston being an incorrect piston, when it comes down, it goes into this line, which is connected to the reset line, and that's all the same. Now, you're probably wondering what this redstone line is, and if you'll notice, it bypasses that piston right here. It's going into the blocks that invert the power to these pistons. Basically, what this line does is it gets powered, which powers these. This is up, it opens that piston. And it does that with a modified etho hopper timer. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here we have a modified etho timer with 8 pieces of iron. This is a sticky piston. This is not. And what that does is, with an update to the block, we get where this will, and I can do that in here, it pistons over, but instead of continuing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which is, if this had been a sticky piston, it would have pulled this block over, and then this one would have pushed across. So it would have kept going back and forth. But because this is not that, it gives me a delayed, or a extended pulse, basically, which is just long enough to hold that open so I can get out like that. And again, it also, oh, I need to show that in the redstone. So enter the right combination and the door opens. Close the door. And if we go down here, you'll see there's a line right here. It's going off under this step. Now, this is actually something that I learned I didn't know. I had taken this block out and put redstone back there and then put one under the step, and I saw that it connected through the step, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that saves me a redstone dust. But it's food for thought for anybody that might happen to be interested in that. It comes from that step all the way across, comes up. This is the pressure plate. This goes up. This becomes a 1-tick pulse. Goes up and connects to the piston that is hiding the ladder. So, very complicated. Reconfigurable, which obviously I'm going to be changing the combination. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. That and this. My storage room. Compliments of Vex. After running the Inferno Mines, I really did like his storage room idea. According to him, it's his ideal storage room. You kind of want to beg to differ. There's not quite enough storage. I mean, when you get into some of the bulk stuff, dirt, stone, stuff like that, you need some bulk storage, and that's why I've got some tunnels leading from the storage room. Probably going to put some bulk storage off from here. But as you can see, the design, basically, I'm going to mirror the stone brick up on the ceiling. The rest will be the nether brick. I've already got the lighting up in here. Got the lighting down here. These are furnaces. He had the furnaces above. He only had 3. His room was a little bit smaller. This is obviously a little bit bigger. But I didn't like the furnaces being up. It kind of got in the way, was how I felt with it. And I like how these two materials go together. Also like the redstone lamps better than the glowstone, but kind of have to have glowstone for the chests to open. So that's what I've been working on, and once I have it all squared away here, I will start moving my stuff from well, wherever it is, up above somewhere, all down here, and probably put my precious items behind yet another secret door. I am a rogue. We have to have our secrets. We just have to. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.